Another big issue is that Woo Jin has no idea which part of the story he is in at the moment. The only thing he knows is the total amount of mana he possesses. Even so, he doesn't know how fast it runs out. He says that we can't prepare for anything like this. He is not joking when he say that. Everyone, including himself, tested the game around 1,000 times during development, and this character only survived once. He's nothing but a villain created solely to die and serve his purpose as the middle boss. He looks at the document that the girl left. It's a document from the university he teaches as a professor. The girl we saw yelling at Dekulane previously is Yeriel von Grahan Uklane. The woman who threw this bunch of paper while he was sleeping is Dekulane's half-sister and the one serving as the head of House Ukulane in Dekulane's place. A thing to note is that both of them doesn't have a good relationship with each other. The woman that Yeriel spoke of previously is probably Julie. Woo Jin says that he is assuming that Dekulane currently had something happen with his fiancée, Julie. He remembers Yeriel saying that she is leaving him with these documents, so if he doesn't want to get fired from his fancy professor job, he should get up right now. From now on, Woo Jin has completely become Dekulane. So moving forward, he would be referred to as Dekulane. He says that he should go because the lecture is today. He has never given any lectures before, so he has to do something to gather more information. A primary survival side quest appears, which tells him to become necessary to the game. The words floating above his face as he woke up, and because of what Yeriel said, that he feels like he should get moving. There are ways for Dekulane to die because of Yeriel. Anyway, he thinks that store currency is quite important. One might worry about what to do in the lecture, but it's fine for him, since this body has the attribute comprehension. It is a unique grade skills, which has the ability to understand anything. It can be activated by consuming mana. Before he became Dekulane, he gave Dekulane this attribute, so that he'd gain a little empathy. As it's a unique grade attribute that only appears later in the game, there are probably hidden effects which are unknown for him now. These clothes and the bathroom feel unfamiliar, but he can make use of them without much thought. It feels like he has lived as Dekulane all his life. Usually he would feel out of place if he wears clothes like these, but right now they feel elegant and brings him comfort. This is another one of Dekulane's attributes, comprising intimidation, dignity, and aesthetic sense. It's as if it's telling him that this body is his now. As he is walking, he don't even feel like saying anything that would be considered rude. The formality that Kim Woo Jin once found rigid now feels natural. Although his main purpose is to gather information, this walk toward his first lecture feels nothing but natural because now he has become a noble superior member of the nobility, Kim Woo Jin. A completely regular man from South Korea, objectively tall and handsome, and to quote someone before he broke up with them, that's him. He decides not to lose himself. He realizes that he can't let his guard down even for once. As he gets inside this luxurious car, he thinks that he has been in such a nice car before, and just thinking about this nice car makes him remember some unpleasant memories of the past, which still pisses him off. He notices that a little guy is sitting next to him. The little guy nervously greets the professor while handing him some papers. "Hey, are you a wizard?" Dekulane asks. The little guy shockingly replies, saying that he is not a wizard, and that he has been in Dekulane's service for 3 years already. Dekulane says that he is just joking. He looks into the document. At first he thought it was a lecture material, but now as he looks into it, it's just a script for him to read. It contains all the information needed for the lecture, from start to finish. He guesses there was no way Dekulane prepared the material himself, considering how prideful and untalented he is. So he concludes that this little guy must have done all the work. Wu Jin can't even say the word good properly. He finds it extremely, but nevertheless, he says that the guy has done a good job. Even the driver gets shocked by seeing that Deculan is giving someone a compliment. Just how much of a terrible person am I? I feel sick from having complimented another person. Is this Deculian's true self? Wu Jin thinks. He felt this as he was leaving the manor, but it seems that Deculian's consciousness is invading his own. They arrive at the Imperial University, which is Deculian's workplace. Previously, he received a letter from the Imperial University, and a place, named Rotio Hall, was noted. He thinks that he has to go to the Rotio Hall to give the lecture. The students at the Rotio Hall, which is also the lecture hall, are waiting for their professor, Deculan. They say that they finally get to listen to head Professor Deculan's lecture. Some of them heard that Professor Deculan was the master of spell interpretation and was apparently a child prodigy. At that moment, among countless gossiping, Deculan enters, drawing everyone's attention. He introduces himself as Deculan von Grahan Uklein. He says that he has taken this class as the head professor of the university's magic tower, and for now, he will begin the lecture. The girls in the hall are mesmerized by Professor Deculan. They admire how handsome he is. They find Deculan smart and cool as a professor, as the girls are fawning over Deculan's beauty. There is one girl who is enraged. She crumbles up the paper in her hand to ease her anger as she is finally able to meet the enemy of her father. In her eyes, Deculan is nothing but a trash bastard. 3 years ago, her father killed himself. For many years, he conducted research on spell interpretation, but due to the shock he received when someone extorted his thesis out of him, he fell into complete despair and chose death. The person who stole that thesis was called the genius spell interpreter by the people. Yes, that trash person was none other than Deculan. However, she couldn't do anything, because after her father passed away, she lost everything. She, who was born as a noble, lost everything that was of value, including her family's house and territory, and she became an orphan with no home. So she made a pledge to take her revenge on that bastard.